Good morning from Glasgow Central Station, waiting for the 9:36 train to Lancaster. I'll explain why in a minute. Right, I think we're heading for platform 2 now for the 9:36 London Euston Avanti West Coast, which I believe is not terminating at Preston. Avanti West Coast, platform 1, not platform 2 like I thought. And I'm getting off at Lancaster, where I have to change for Heysham Port. I'm having a day out at Heysham. Well, I'm now on board and I've got a day return ticket, Heysham Port, which is rather odd because there's only one train a day to Heysham Port, which waits there for 10 minutes before coming back. So I've managed to buy a cheap day return ticket to a station where you can only go for 10 minutes. Soon after leaving Glasgow, we pass the Polmadie depot and see some Caledonian sleeper carriages. And here's Rutherglen station, or the remains thereof. And a little bit later we pass Carlisle, which was recently remodelled in order to accelerate trains going through the station. Tinto Hill in Lancaster, and some more Lancaster countryside. And a nice cup of coffee from the Avanti buffet on board. Then here we pass into Dumfries and Galloway, and this is the site of Beatock Station, formerly junction for Moffat, and entering Carlisle. Entering Carlisle station, we immediately see evidence of the city's status as a border town. We arrive at platform 4 and see a ScotRail class 156 for Dumfries at platform 7. Carlisle Citadel station was opened in 1847 as a single joint station for up to 7 train companies. It's a category B listed structure, and the glazed roof was renovated in 2018, making this a superb station, one of my favourites in Britain. As we depart, we see a train for Newcastle at platform 5 and a train for Leeds via the Settle in Carlisle next to it at platform 6. And soon we see some impressive clouds as we approach Penrith. We stop at Penrith and pick up some more passengers, some of whom may have been hill walking in the Lake District. And sure enough, shortly after T-Bay, we pass the Howgill Fells, which are also visible from the M6, which is next to the railway. Soon after, we call at Oxenholme junction for Windermere, our final calling point before arriving at Lancaster. Just alighted at Lancaster, where I've spotted my friend waiting for me.
55 minutes.
So my friend tells me our connection to Heysham is at what time? 12:41. Well, we've got time for a coffee. Shall we have a coffee? Well, we have a fine tray of goodies at Dickens in Lancaster. Any idea what 2 yaw means, anybody? 2 yaw on Lancaster station. Well, the Heysham train goes from platform 2, and there's quite a few people waiting for it. Oh, they've started at the engine, that's a good sign. Lots of people with suitcases, probably going to the Isle of Man. I tried to use this train about a year ago, but it was a Sunday and it was cancelled because of a strike or something, so I had to use the rail replacement bus. But hopefully the train will go all the way to Heysham today. Heysham rhymes with key, by the way. We're off ski, so in ski. Boarding now commences. I think we're going to the front coach. And here we see the spur from Carnforth before we stop at Bear Lane. And this is Bear Lane station, the only intermediate station between Lancaster and Morecambe, which has a fine level crossing. Apart from myself, one person got off, which means that everybody else, oh no, 3 people got off, plus the conductor. Everyone else is going to Heysham. And that's the line to Lancaster, and we're now on the line to Heysham. Well, we've just had the announcement saying we're arriving at Heysham Harbour, which the automatic announcement pronounced as Heysham, which the conductor agreed with me is not correct. The station looks a bit sorry for itself. Oh, there's the ferry. Well, there's a few people arriving. There's the ferry in the background. The station was originally constructed with 3 platforms, and I have some pictures I took in the 1970s. There's an interesting illustrated history board on the remaining platform. The station was opened by the Midland Railway in 1904, so that trains from Leeds and London St Pancras could connect with ships to the Isle of Man and Belfast. The ferry for Belfast was closed by Sea-Link in 1975 as the Northern Irish Troubles had impacted its viability, and the connecting trains were withdrawn shortly after. Passenger trains resumed in 1987 to connect with the Isle of Man ferry, and the station was rationalised in 1994 along with the former Morecambe station. The line was used to test a pioneering system of overhead electric traction which was in use until 1966.
This train is formed of 2 carriages. Platform 1 for the 1320 Northern service to Lancaster.
And although there's only one train a day, you can collect, return and send parcels here. Now it's gone. The last train's gone. I've got a day return and the only train of the day's just gone. What are we going to do? I'm just coming out of the port station. This is the branch line which goes to the nuclear power station at Heysham, which is over there, and I believe it is sometimes occasionally used to take spent material to Sellafield. It does look as if it's still in use. It's not rusted over completely. And the level crossing lights are still there. It's a road that goes nowhere. Although the level crossing lights look a bit worse for wear. No train, so we walk to Morecambe. Hello. Well, we made it to Morecambe as we missed the train at Heysham, wanted more than 10 minutes here, and here's the train to Lancaster. And there's a pub on platform 3 at Lancaster where you can watch the trains go by. Train home to Glasgow, Transpennine. From Liverpool. Plenty of space, great. And crossing the River Lune, we see on the right the track bed of the former Midland Railway line to Morecambe.
It's to Glasgow Central.
Well, we were delayed at Penrith because the doors wouldn't open, and the train manager's just explained to me that there's a GPS system that operates the doors on these trains. There was no signal at Penrith, so the system couldn't open the doors because the system didn't know where the train was, which meant that the train manager then had to spend some time overriding the automatic system and switching to manual.
Carlisle is, you're now approaching Carlisle. Main gaps in the street doors open left hand side direction of travel. Once again, please bear with us if it was not straight away. Please wait until we'll be sorted.
And Patrick, the train manager, reminded me that the train was running into Glasgow via Moss End. Crossing the M8-M73 intersection told me I was nearly home.
Made the gap between the train and platform 8. We're due to drive into platform at number 3, so doors should open on the left hand side direction of travel.
Well, that was a good day out. Now back at Central Station. And I'm going to say thank you to the train manager for the beautiful journey. And that's Patrick, the very helpful and informative train manager. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to sponsor me with a coffee or even a beer, please see the link here to Ko-fi. And I'd like to thank all my previous donors who are shown here on this slide. Thank you very much.